Do you ever feel like you're at war with your own mind? You're haunted by anxiety, self-doubt, and a constant stream of negative thoughts. And you've tried everything to fix it: therapy, meditation, self-help books, but the suffering never seems to go away. We're told that to feel good, we need to fix our external circumstances, get the right job, find the perfect partner, make more money. But what if the source of all our suffering isn't out there at all? What if it's in here? Today, we're diving into a book with a radical and profoundly liberating message. Don't believe everything you think. Why Your Thinking is the Beginning and End of Suffering by Joseph Nguyen. This book argues that all our emotional pain comes from one single source: our own thinking. It's a simple idea, but understanding it can be the key to unlocking a life of peace, joy, and unconditional love. Part 1. The root of all suffering. The first thing we must understand is the difference between pain and suffering. Pain is an unavoidable part of life. As the Buddha said, life will always shoot a first arrow at you. An illness, a breakup, a financial loss, that arrow causes pain. But the second arrow is the one we shoot at ourselves. It's our emotional reaction to the first arrow: the anger, the blame, the self-pity. That second arrow is what we call suffering. And according to this book, it is 100% optional. So where does this suffering come from? It comes from our thoughts about reality, not reality itself. Imagine two people sitting in the exact same coffee shop. One is having a mental breakdown, stressed about their future. The other is peacefully enjoying their drink, soaking in the atmosphere. The external situation is identical, but their internal experiences are worlds apart. The difference is their thinking. There's a famous Zen story about an empty boat. A monk is meditating in his boat on a lake when another boat crashes into his. He immediately feels a surge of anger and opens his eyes to yell at the person responsible, only to find that the other boat is empty. In that moment, he realized his anger didn't come from the boat, it came from his reaction to the boat. The people and situations that upset us in life are all empty boats. They have no power to make us suffer without our own thinking. Part 2. Thoughts versus thinking. So why do we think so much? It's a survival mechanism. Our brains are designed to analyze, problem solve, and protect us from danger. But in the modern world, this mechanism is in overdrive, creating suffering where there's no real threat. Here, Nguyen makes a critical distinction between thoughts and thinking. Thoughts are the raw material. They are effortless, spontaneous energies that arise in our minds. They're like divine downloads from the universe. We don't control them. Thinking is what we do with those thoughts. It's the act of engaging with them, analyzing, judging, resisting, and spinning stories around them. This is where all of our psychological suffering comes from. Imagine you have a spontaneous thought about a dream financial goal. It feels expansive and exciting, but then the thinking kicks in. How could I ever do that? I'm not worthy. That's too greedy. The thinking is what creates the pain. A common misconception is that you need positive thoughts to feel positive emotions. But think about the happiest moments of your life. In those moments of pure joy or deep love, your mind was likely quiet. You weren't thinking, you were just being. Our natural state is one of peace and joy. It's our overthinking that covers it up. Part 3. How to stop thinking. So how do we stop this suffering-inducing process of thinking? You can't stop thoughts from arising, but you can choose not to engage with them. You can let them pass by like clouds in the sky.
This isn't about effort, it's about awareness. The moment you realize, I'm thinking again and that's why I feel bad, you've already started to break the spell. Nguyen uses two powerful analogies. Murky water. If you have a bowl of muddy water, how do you make it clear? You don't stir it or try to filter it. You simply let it be still. The mud will naturally settle to the bottom, and the water will become clear. Your mind is the same. If you stop agitating it with thinking, it will naturally return to a state of clarity. Quicksand. When you're stuck in quicksand, your instinct is to struggle, but that only makes you sink faster. The only way to get out is to relax and let yourself float to the surface. When you're stuck in a negative thought spiral, the more you fight it, the deeper you sink. The solution is to stop struggling and let your mind's natural buoyancy bring you back to peace. Part 4. Living a life with less thinking. What does a life with less thinking look like? It doesn't mean you become a passive blob. It means you start to operate from a place of inspiration, not desperation. When your mind is quiet, you can hear the whispers of your intuition. The greatest athletes and artists perform in a flow state, or what Zen masters call mushin, the mind without mind. They aren't overanalyzing, they are acting from a place of deep, intuitive knowing. Your true wisdom doesn't come from logic, it comes from that gut feeling, that inner compass. Overthinking clouds this intuition. A quiet mind brings clarity. To access this state, you must create space for miracles. Your mind is like a teacup. If it's already full of old thoughts and worries, there's no room for new insights or opportunities. By practicing non-thinking, you empty the cup, creating space for inspiration to flow in. When you first start to experience this quiet, it might feel strange or even scary. Your ego, which loves to be in control, will try to pull you back into the familiar noise of thinking. But this peace is not laziness, it is mastery. Life becomes easier, relationships deepen, and opportunities appear as if by magic. Don't believe everything you think offers a simple yet profound blueprint for ending your own suffering. It teaches us that our pain comes not from the world, but from our thinking about the world. By learning to distinguish between spontaneous thoughts and the voluntary act of thinking, we can learn to let our thoughts pass by without getting caught in them. This isn't a practice of effort, but of gentle awareness. By quieting our minds, we allow our natural state of peace, love, and joy to emerge, and we learn to navigate life with the effortless wisdom of our own intuition. If this deep dive into finding peace by mastering your mind has given you a new perspective, you're in the right place. That's what we do here at The Book Whisperer. We break down powerful, life-changing books to give you the tools you need to solve real-world problems. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next breakdown.